Hey everybody, Maria here with Fourth Dimension. Thanks for joining me. I just read a comment that says, can you do one for boomers? Those that are possibly in the winter season. I'm creeping up. I think I'm in fall. I don't know. I tell you. But I felt like on my heart. So I've already shuffled the two in front of me. For the boomers, I'll speak loudly for those in the back. First card out. Embodiment. That's the vibe I get. You have a lot of knowledge and you have a lot of experience. It says, now is the time to make your mark in the world. You decide what feels right for you. Embody leadership power and create your world out of your deepest desires. Exactly. Bottom, simplify life. You might be clearing out closets, illuminating memories that you might have or experiences you might have as you declutter. I also get the sense for a handful of you boomers, you may be writing a journal, stories, something. You're trying to leave your legacy. That's the vibe I get. So I kind of want to shout out to those folks. Sorry, I'm getting prompted here. I want you to know you're not alone. I get a group of boomers, we'll say, in their feels about maybe they haven't done enough or their awakening was too later in life. They kept pouring into cups that didn't pour into them. A part of that is the culture, where you're from. I feel like you need to share that, believe it or not. My children don't understand what it's like about being kicked out of the house on a Saturday morning saying, go play with your friends. The door is locked so mom can clean, you know what I mean? And then when the lights come on at night, which was a thing, at 10 p.m., we used to get prompts on the TV that says, do you know where your children are at? That'll tell you about a lot about my era. Are your kids in bed at 10 o'clock? And that's when we were supposed to come home, is between 8 and 10 is when the street lights came on. Nobody would even understand that anymore. That's the era. It's only been, 30 years or so, since maybe 40 or 50, when as we age, we look back and we say, a lot of these experiences, my children would never know. They don't know what it's like. You have that experience. You have those tells, those stories, those deep-seated wisdom. I feel like old souls. So next one I got is Eye of Awareness. Your third eye is opened. I feel like some of these epiphanies you need to learn. And then Heart of the Cosmos. And look at that design on that. That's gorgeous. This is a time where you're supposed to connect your heart with your, just connect your mind to your center chakra, your heart chakra. And it's connecting with the cosmos. Connect with the cosmos heart to experience profound downloads and romance with love. This may be with another person, but I feel like you need to share your experience. I'm reading for one person here, feel she's a feminine that maybe had a secret affair back in the day. You're supposed to write about it. That was an amazing love that never got to completion. Either one of you could have been in another commitment or there was distance. But that love you've carried secretly in your heart. This is a romance novel, believe it or not. You're supposed to write about it. So put pen to paper and see what comes out. But I feel like I already heard the negative going on when I said this, is like, oh, I wouldn't know how to publish it. And no, nobody cares. No offense. I think you don't have to write with your own name. You could use a pen name, but this is an amazing story. And I feel of sacrifice. Somebody sacrificed something else for the right thing to do. I keep hearing about that. You might have had pregnancy in that relationship, but it's coming out as sacrificial. Somebody had to leave out your, they had to leave or walk. They had to leave it they didn't have it completed. They didn't finish their story. It's time for you to finish that story. Couple things is the higher calling, the guardian, and clever came out. You're very swift and you're very intelligent. It keeps coming back to your power is within you. You need to draw out. And it feels like you're called to doing something higher calling, but because of inactivity, you haven't put pen to paper, whether it be typewriter, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying you haven't exposed this. So I feel like if you have an idea If you have an idea, I just heard the 7 truths of whatever, and you start writing this out, it's going to come to fruition. And I'm reading for the, the geriatric over 55. Yep, I got my AARP in the card in the mail the other week. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. But it's time for you to let go of the past fears, insecurities, and I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, and gosh darn it, people don't want to hear what I have to say. BS. I'm calling BS out. You're the embodiment of this truth. You have a lot of spiritual gifts. You've learned a lot of things, and it's time that you walk into this sense of sharing. It says embody your leadership power and create your world. You're being called to a higher level of contentment, and I feel like right choices, right time, and your tribe they're out there. You may feel alone. You may feel like all your friends have passed. Your family's gone. It's time that you put something out there. It might be even on Insta. I kind of feel Insta, because the messages that you're relaying, the youth need. So I just kept feeling you're going to be drawing, male or female, you're going to draw a crowd of like-minded individuals that are seeking your knowledge. They have possibly gone to therapy. They have sought out truths in their own family, but whatever you're going to be putting out there is going to be very healing for other people to receive. So please be mindful. And it feels very much like, I almost hear scripture. So you might be tying scripture into this. If that's your vibe, that's your bag. I have the 2 black bears, and the guardian is kind of the vibe I got on the last little tidbit of nugget that I just received, is that whatever you're putting out there, that knowledge, you're helping somebody that maybe doesn't have a parent, wasn't raised with a parent, foster care, family, auntie raised, something like grandma raised. But you're gentle and wise, and you're seen as a protection. Your words will give confidence and power. And it says, help the ones that I love, awaken my intuition and guide me. That's the message that came out for you as your overall energy for the spread. Second one is you have within all of the courage you need. Let go of the past and reclaim your majesty. You will find success and contentment with those by your side. Make right choices for your life and your tribe. I keep feeling too, by writing this stuff out will help you heal in your journey of finding your calling, believe it or not. And several of you maybe have started this project, or you have maybe notebooks of tidbits and ideas. I see somebody like have a poem written or words. It just feels right. You are in a creative stage right now. The other thing I hear is, if you live in a community, let's say you're in an assisted living or a place where you have events, you have every right to have tarot readings come to your event. Shout out to all the tarot readers. Hit up an assisted living if you haven't already. Second thing I hear is you also might be doing paint and sips. You're very creative. If painting is your thing, connect with a community that will put on a show outside of your community. Like, market it. Not only will the marketing people love what your person or what you have to provide, but it actually you may meet somebody there from the outside of that community. And it doesn't mean that you live in an assisted living. I'm just using that as a small collective tribe that if you keep talking to the same 5 people about the same 5 things, you don't really expand, you're stuck. But you're in a creative zone, so you need to go outside your comfort zone. Take it as it resonates, but I'm reading for a geriatric group, including myself, 55 and above. And I feel like you might need to reach deep into this level of creativity to find your own. 2 of Wands, making a decision. This is fear, heart, don't know what to do it anyways, just put pen to paper. And it might be regarding your travels. You might be a traveler. To the men in the room, you might have knowledge on your role. Let's say I got somebody in the oil industry, somebody in minerals, something with the dirt, the ground. Maybe you're a miner back in the day, something like that. But you have extreme knowledge about the maybe you're a genealogist. I said it, so maybe but it's geology. So you may be putting out some information. I feel like that might lead to a speaking engagement. 8 of Swords, you're an overthinker. You're sitting in your space too long overthinking about stuff that you're not doing anything though. So I think you need to act first. Several of you are in athleticism or some kind of Tai Chi, that sort of thing, or you're supposed to be doing that. Empress, I just said this, you're in a creative zone. I also feel you have had maybe you're a nurse. I kind of pick up on that heavily for several of you. If you are let's say an OB, retired OB nurse, or you were doing something with a baby's pediatric, etc. I feel like you may need to step into writing some best thoughts about being a doula, or somehow involved in healing young women that are pregnant, the things that they need to know that medicine doesn't say anymore. There's a lot of downloads. Several of you were teachers, and I feel, no offense to the current teachers on the population. The current teachers, there aren't enough for you, first of all, and you don't get paid enough, straight up. So if you have a small class of 18, now you're gonna have 35, you're walking into a season. If you're not, you're gonna know next week when you go back. For several of you, I feel like this is maybe calling for you too, but there's teachers that have retired that need to go back into the industry and help and coach and lead several of the teachers to know how to handle bigger. So like I just saw, I'm from the Dakotas, and I used to be a therapist, counselor for the adolescence group back in the day. And I drive to like Montrose, South Dakota. It's at the time, back in the day, there were one-room schoolhouses with 300 kids. So these classes would vary. So I feel like in the public school system here, you might not see that regulation of mandated, like you still have a curriculum, but you still have to stay to the curriculum, even though you have all these special needs kids with different dialects. You're struggling. There's going to be a stretch. You might need mentorship. Somebody is watching me. I'm telling you, you have tips and tools for teachers that is going to help them survive this school year as well as their career. I think if you're a younger person, just happened to trip over this, it came on your feed, whatever, you may actually be getting out of teaching because of this shenanigans and nonsense and funding, etc. Four of Swords, foundational work. Somebody wants to work with you. Plus, you're creating a foundation for future success, financial as well. So for several of you that write a book, I feel like a manuscript, a book, something like that, or Insta will create a profit for you. Could be even a YouTube video channel support. Next two cards, Knight of Cups to the Seven of Cups. You have a lot of options as you delve. One of them will actually, I just said this, lead into an opportunity that's going to bring you financial abundance. I just wanted to get a quick reading out there. Is there anything else for the boomers? Boomers. Page of Cups. You need, and again, self-love, self-discovery. You may actually be meeting somebody of similar interest in what you do. See somebody doing a pottery class or starting a pottery class. Maybe you're an old art teacher, you love pottery. Maybe you're not a teacher, but you love to do that stuff. I hear that you might be hosting one, asking for a space, or trying to collaborate with a local place in your community to do pottery. And I mean it's going to actually involve in a lot of things, collaboration and production of a future celebratory, working with others like-minded, money coming in. This is success. You're not, if you have air in your lungs, there's a message in you that needs to come out, however it comes out, on canvas, in fabric, you might knit. It feels very much like you have that passion, and whatever you're doing, as soon as you commit, I keep hearing commit to the decision that you're going to invest in this thing, it's going to turn out in your favor. Anything else? Anything else? Last messages? The Hermit, Nine of Cups. You're going to go within, and the longer that you discern what is for you, look at this, they're very self-love, happy, whatever makes you happy. You might cook. Somebody might be putting out a cookbook or Instas. Again, it could be any platform of any kind, but I kind of get the sense of self-love and self-fulfillment. That's the thing. Page of Wands, communication with like-minded people that is going to lead to this. And it might take you within to go with, to come out. Again, if you don't know, put pen to paper and pray about it. However you meditate, and try to get downloads as to what your next steps are, and they will be uncovered for you. Anything else for the crew? Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, it's your wish fulfillment with the Two of Cups. I love this. You might meet your soulmate. You also might have an opportunity to just spread the love with other like-minded individuals. Feels very much a happy hour, get together, chit chat, glass of wine on the porch, that sort of thing. It feels very much like light, upbeat, fun. Cups are our energy of love, fulfillment, sustainability, like-mindedness. It's just love. It could be a soulmate too. So these are wonderful things that are happening for you. But I wanted to get this message out due to the commenter. Appreciate your comments. Love and light to each and every one of you. Second last thing, before you leave, hit that subscribe button and follow me for more content, because you know, I don't put up everything on time. I try to get everything in my life compartmentalized as well so I can fit it all in. But love and light to each and every one of you. Thank you for following. Thank you for your comments. Appreciate your comments. If this resonated at all, let us know. And if you have an idea, just start. See where it goes. If you get stuck, email me. If you want a personal reading, email me at fourthdimensiontarot@gmail.com, and I will be sure to respond. I read all my emails as well as my comments. Love and light to each and every one of you. If you want to join school, join us on Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock and learn how to read tarot. Link in the description box below. And until next time, take care.